all is set for the suspended governor of Rivers State, Fubara, to be restored to his position after he has agreed to all the terms put before him. That is what we're going to talk about in this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. All is set, barring any last-minute changes. Fubara is set to return back to his seat after he has succumbed to intimidation, harassment, and the use of institutions against him. This is because it has been reported that Fubara has agreed to join the ruling All Progressive Congress, and that was part of the outcome of the meeting that the suspended and embattled governor had with President Bola Tinubu in April in London, when the president was said to be on a working visit in London. Under that arrangement, Fubara is set to join the ruling All Progressive Congress. Now, if you notice, you see that the government of Bola Tinubu, in the face of poor performance, has weaponized the institution of the state against some governors, opposition governors in particular, who have been frightened to join the APC through intimidation and all that. Chibi former governor of Rivers State, in the interview he granted Radio de Chavela, German television, the Chavela TV, said that President Bola Tinubu allegedly was using intimidation of governors to gain support ahead of the 2027 election. And that Rivers State is a typical example of what was going on. So the Rivers governor has agreed to move to APC, and with that means that the government itself, the Tinubu administration, is believing that they now have Rivers in their pocket, because they were frightened about the prospect of Rivers State being in opposition to Tinubu in the person of through Fubara. You know that Fubara was forced to show his independence barely 6 months after he became governor. This was because even though most of the commissioners that he inherited from former governor Nyesom Wike, he carried along with them and all that, and most of the appointees in his government were from Nyesom Wike. Barely 6 months into his administration, they fell out because, as Amechi put it, over the issue of money. But none of them had admitted that it is because of money. But there are many who believe that it was the overbearing influence of Nyesom Wike that made Fubara to revolt. And when Fubara revolted, they wanted to impeach him. By December 2023, they wanted to impeach Fubara. That was how the whole problem in Rivers State started. So the Fubara's effort to assert his independence, to liberate Rivers people from the stranglehold of Nyesom Wike, created problems for him, since himself doesn't have the stamina to go the whole hog to challenge Wike, who had already been empowered by his appointment as Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, one of the most lucrative ministries in Nigeria's history. So Nyesom Wike was able to fight him off with the support of the presidency, because the presidency was concerned about Rivers State. The presidency was afraid of Rivers State going to the other side, having been able to use Nyesom Wike to take Rivers State against the run of play, against the will of the Rivers people. Because if you look at Rivers State in the 2023 presidential election, it was Peter Obi of the Labour Party that won it. Independent tabulation of the result on INEC Archive by the BBC and Premium Times showed that it was Peter Obi that won it. But through the instrumentality of INEC and all that, that state was awarded to Bola Tinubu, and he was declared the winner, despite the evidence that was presented by Peter Obi at the presidential election tribunal, and at the Supreme Court. It was dismissed, and the state was was declared having been won by Aswaju Bola Tinubu. But the point is, why Tinubu himself was desperate for Rivers is because when in the last election, he lost in all the places that normally when you lose those states, you can't be president. He lost in Lagos, he lost in Kano, even Rivers State that INEC gave to him. It was believed that he lost Rivers State too. But now, he's not sure of Kano. Even Lagos, he's not sure of Lagos. If a free and fair election is done in Lagos, of getting it in 2027. And the Rivers State is a state that he cannot afford to be in opposition to him. Because if you look at the history of Rivers State had been one of the states that determined the political direction of Nigeria, either whenever it's in the opposition or it's in government. For instance, you know that Rivers State played a role. It is because Rivers State has is very liquid, it has a lot of oil money. Rivers State was able to play a role in Buhari becoming president in 2015. It was said that Rivers State money played a key role in the funding of the Buhari campaign. Tinubu is aware of that. Even the campaign of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar in 2019, Rivers State played a key role in the funding of that campaign. So Rivers State is not a state that you take for granted. So the presidency was interested and was directly on the side of Nyesom Wike when the fight started between Wike and his godson. They were they were operating on the same wavelength, because they know that Rivers cannot be allowed to be in a position to use these resources to support the opposition against Bola Tinubu. Now they have gotten Fubara where they want him. They have gotten Rivers State where they want Rivers State. They have been able to browbeat Fubara to submission. So having been beaten to submission, he is ready to do whatever they tell him to do. That was why you can see that at the burial, at the memorial for Pa Edwin Clark recently in Port Harcourt, you can see Simi Fubara throwing his supporters under the bus. In fact, throwing people, leaders, elders of Niger Delta, Rivers State, that spoke in that occasion. In that occasion, it was the occasion that they were reminding the people, Nigerians, the world, of how it was an illegality what was done to Simi Fubara, declaring state of emergency in Rivers State and suspending the governor and his deputy and State House of Assembly. It was an aberration to democracy. They were emphasizing on that, and they were calling for the return of Simi Fubara as the governor of Rivers State, because they condemned his 6-month suspension. But what did Simi Fubara do when they gave him the mic to talk? Simi Fubara berated those elders, telling them, do they even know whether he want to go back there again? That his spirit has left there. But he failed to understand that what these people are fighting for is beyond him. It is about our democracy. It has nothing to do with him personally. It's about the institution of governorship, institution of governor of a state, that it need to be preserved. His sanctity need to be maintained. But he threw people under the bus. Why did he do that? He did that because he wanted to conform to the condition they have given him. Because earlier on, when the Rivers women walked out in a program in which the wife of the President Bola Tinubu was represented by the sole administrator's wife, people protested and walked out. But those people that walked out, he was blamed for it. So he quickly went to reassure the presidency and Nyesom Wike that is on their side. He has to literally throw the elders of Rivers State under the bus, because he wants to show that he's loyal. Now, that was a clear indication that he's set to do the bidding of the presidency. He's set to do the bidding of Nyesom Wike, and he's ready to move to the All Progressive Congress if it is necessary for him to be restored. Don't forget, is it not strange that during the first meeting he had with Nyesom Wike, the first peace meeting he had with Nyesom Wike at Nyesom Wike's residence in Abuja, he went there with the APC governor of Ebonyi State, APC governor of Ogun State, and former APC governor Segun Oshoba. That was a pointer to the direction he was going. And that was confirmed by Nyesom Wike in his recent media chat with select television stations, that he came with APC governors. Now, in the recent interview that Nyesom Wike had with BBC Pidgin, Nyesom Wike described Simi Fubara as his political son, that he don't have problem with his son, that he is his son. And he even gave a proverb of what he told Fubara when Fubara came for the meeting with those APC governors. He said he told him that you have the yam, you have the knife. It is you that will determine the type of peace you want. If you want genuine peace, we are ready. If you want artificial peace, we are ready. Whichever peace you want. Why is he sounding so conciliatory? It is because it is now obvious that the time for the return of Simi Fubara is coming near, and that Simi Fubara is set to return. That's why Simi Fubara has now become his political son again. And he said he was telling BBC that he wasn't fighting Fubara. He was fighting those who are encouraging him, motivating him to fight Nyesom Wike. He said he has defeated them now. Has shown them pepper, literally. But all that points to the direction that Simi Fubara is set to return. When he gets to the position where Simi Fubara can boldly tell the elders of Rivers State that did he tell them that he even want to go back? Why are they bringing up the issue of his return on the memorial of Clark? That they should consider. He even berated the bishop, that they left what they're supposed to preach about Edwin Clark, was talking about politics. But the truth of the matter remains that knowing who Edwin Clark is, he will be excited wherever he is to know that his occasion, knowing how passionate he had been about helping Fubara to fight off the state, the intimidation by the federal government, he will be happy that in his memorial people were talking about that they should restore Simi Fubara. But Simi Fubara thought otherwise, and threw those guys, those elders and others under the bus. So having gone to that extent, you can then be sure that he's about to return. And with Nyesom Wike's interview with BBC Pidgin, where he says Simi Fubara remains his political son, you can be sure that Fubara is returning. But the Fubara you are going to see when he returns is not the Fubara that you know. It is a brand new Fubara, a Fubara that has succumbed to the pressure of the federal institutions, to the pressure of the presidency. It is not the Fubara that you saw before the October 5 local government election in 2004 that say if we die, we must conduct this local government election. That is not the Fubara that you're going to see, but you are going to see a Fubara that is going to be anything goes. And that, my friend, is not what Rivers need, but that is what they will have, because that is the democracy we have in Nigeria. I don't know what you think about this. What do you think about the potential return of Fubara to his seat through intimidation, through harassment by the institutions of the presidency, the judiciary, and all whatnot. What is your view? If you have any alternative, what would you have suggested he do? What is your advice? What can you say about Fubara finally succumbing to the machination of the presidency and Nyesom Wike? Whatever is your position, let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.